Hello and good morning to you. Too can be prosperous on this prosperous Friday. Why is this Friday prosperous? Because I made my mind up that it is so. So it's so easy. And this is frankly the last time you see me in this office because I manifested a bigger home, a bigger office, a bigger anything. So I'm going to move just here around. You don't see, but there's all boxes. So when we say that growth, like there's the pain of growth and that not only the pain, but how to overcome it and how to, pay the cost of growth. So this is part of it. It's, I guess, not so fun to move. As although I make the best of it and I keep my calm, but as Jackie just moved to her bigger home and apartment in the center of Dublin, and I'm going to be living in the center of Zurich. So the things just really come together, and you see, this happens as we speak. Like we're still not through with the end of the book, and we're reading this book and we're reading other books. We do thinking into results, check in myself. And by the way, she's right now traveling in Spain. So that's why today she's not here. So she's here with her heart and with her soul, but she's traveling in Spain. So, how cool is that? So everything is possible when you just make up your mind what you want. So reading your Too Can Be Prosperous is just one and a very good thing you can do. And so that's why we read it every Friday, same time, same place. Approximately, we're a little late today, but since now is always the right time, the only time you have. So that's absolutely perfect. So we're almost finishing this chapter, and I'll just read until before the exercises. So next week we're going to have the exercises. I'm not sure if my internet and everything will be connected next week because Wednesday's the move. So let's see where I'll be and how I'll be on Friday, but it certainly will be in my new office or somewhere else where I will have access. I'll be 200 meters from the Lake of Zurich, which is a dream of mine. So maybe I'll come to you from around the lake, because everything is possible. Everything is possible when you just make up your mind. So before I get into the specifics today, how you can cleanse your thoughts so that you have really just the thoughts you want. Let me just say that if you want to have some guidance, I say, yeah, I'm listening all the time and I'm getting all these, information, but I don't know how to implement. So do reach out to Jackie or myself just by replying here in this feed, and we will get back to you and explain how it can work for you specifically, because I know that there is a knowing doing gap. Sometimes you understand, you've heard, you've maybe already been in a coaching, but you still don't know how to implement this to your life. And then you say, oh, Nadine, you don't understand, but I have this and I have that and this situation, and you don't know my partner, my spouse, my kids, my parents, my surroundings, my job, my boss, my whatever, which are very, valid circumstances. So let's work with them. Let's work with what you have. Okay. So, because you too can be prosperous. So let's get into the reading of today. When it's written, no man or woman can serve two masters. And what we mean here is the mind. Okay. No mind can, focus on two things, serve two masters, the good and the bad, right? Ye cannot serve God and mammon, it's written. You must have a consciousness of one kind. You must be one-pointed. You must see with a single eye. You must think with the mind of Christ. And again, he refers to this, the mind of your heart, the mind of your soul, the mind of truth, the mind of what you know is right, the mind of your consciousness, the mind of your soul. So that's one mind. Your soul doesn't have two minds, right? There we go. Now ask yourself these questions. Can a bottle contain undiluted water and undiluted ink at the same time? Can you be in the light and in the darkness at the same time? Can you be conscious and unconscious at the same time? Can you think two thoughts at the same time? Do men and women gather grapes and thorns or figs of thistles? Is that what you have been trying to do with your life, with your thinking? A lot of questions, like really go ahead and answer them. You can stop the video and go ahead and like when you write them down, there is magic in writing them down, right? The answers, because if you do, your thoughts really become from the unconscious, they become conscient. And once you know, you see black and white what you're really thinking. That's like, oh, am I really thinking like that? And that's the best way how to change. Okay, so let's see. Have you been trying to follow two ideas and get one result? If you have, you must get a clear realization of the principle involved and get a new relationship to it. Negative conditions are simply positive conditions in reverse. Poverty is simply prosperity turned upside down. So if you want riches, can you still have the scarcity thoughts? Is that even possible? And if you do have, guess what you attract? So if you're not there yet, if you haven't manifested your new apartment, if you're not traveling the world, if you're not, renewing even your existing apartment, if you're not opening the business that you know you want, if you're not quitting your job because you're not happy anymore, if you don't do the things you know you want to do, then you're thinking with two minds. So the task here is to think with one mind, the mind of your result achieved. What is your wish, your dream, your result achieved? And that is the mind. That's why we say you think from your goal achieved, not towards your goal achieved. That would be the linear thinking. This thinking has brought you where you are right now. So we think from the goal achieved. And then we cleanse out all the thoughts that do not serve or are not in alignment with that goal achieved. And say, yeah, but my reality, my physical reality is different. Yes, I get that. It's because you still have the other kinds of thoughts as well, right? So when you practice, and I really know, I practiced for months to cleanse out my thoughts. And, human being, they still come in because there are those patterns, the thoughts I've been thinking all my life. Like, how can I change those thoughts? It's by training. It's not by learning, by reading a book, by doing some exercises. It's by really applying it every day, every time, all the time. The more, the better. And then you'll get there. There's actually another very fun manifestation. It's crazy. Some of you might know Kululam, which is a sing-along band, and I love all their projects. I love them. So they are based in Israel, and I'm here in Switzerland, and I always dreamt, I want to go to one of their concerts. I want to participate. And so, but I knew that, okay, for that purpose, I'll have to go to Israel, and exactly then when they have a project, and then I have to find out when, and anyways, there's the kids and the vacation, that all kinds of things, the circumstances. So that was just a thought I put out there, and, like one day I will, right? And so in November, I just got yesterday the email, is this fun? In November 3rd, they will be in Zurich. November, they will be in Zurich. What are the odds? What are the odds? And if I tell you, hey, I just manifested it, I'm kind of like, my thoughts brought them here. Like, what would you think? But I really believe that. Like, I do believe that. And yeah, you can say someone, yeah, sure. It's because the circumstances align to what you think, what you want, right? So, and you remember that we did this, Jackie and myself, we did this with Dr. Joe. Remember that? When we were thinking, yeah, so he has all these events overseas in Mexico, United States. And then I said to Jackie, yeah, so let's just bring him to Switzerland. And he came to Switzerland, Dr. Joe. Like, what are the odds? Like, what are the odds? So anything is possible. Anything. And the less that you have contradictory thoughts attached, which I didn't have. Like, I was like, yeah, one day I'll go, one day they will have a concert and I will be at the right time in Israel and buy a ticket. I knew it was possible. And yet, so, why not have them here in my home, like where I live right now, across the street? Is this amazing? It's actually across the street from my new apartment. And I just realized how crazy this is, how amazing this is. This is like, it's so fun. So do it. Like, where is life if not just your wish of 50? And I'm running the Money Q Mastery very soon. So all the things you want, write them down, the list of 50 if you don't know what it is. So that's a talk for another time, but create your list of all your desires, and then one after the other, one after the other. It just realizes why, because you can. Because you too can be prosperous. So I do invite you to live your prosperity, think prosperity, be prosperity, and everything else will line up. So, yes, this is for today. Next week, we will do the summary of principles and demonstrating prosperity. That will round up this chapter. There is pretty much 30 principles. So you might want to take something to write for next week. And enjoy your prosperity. Just think prosperity. My name is Nadine, and Jackie is with us in her heart, and she'll be back here next week. And I'll be in my new apartment, my new office. Looking forward, and I call it Prosperity Space, by the way. And if you're in Zurich, we will do physical events in the Prosperity Space. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be sharing more information about this very soon. Love you dearly. Bye-bye.